Welcome. Welcome to Yin Yoga. I'm glad that you're here. If you have at home a strap available that you can use a mat strap. You can also use a dog leash or a belt or a towel. I'd like you to have what we might use this today. And before we begin, if there's any request for today's practice, please let me know. Also, during this practice, if you need to come out of a specific posture, you can at any time. Listen to your body and take rest when needed. Make sure that you're not feeling any pain in any joints, for example, your knee, shoulders, or your knee or hip joints. And we'll get started. I'd like you to make your way onto your back. So go ahead and make your way onto your back. Lie down. And you can choose here to keep your legs out long, or you can keep your knees bent and the soles of your feet down onto your mat, just whatever feels good for your back body. You can allow your eyes to close or your gaze to soften. And today, I'd like you just to check in with your physical body without judgment. Notice what you have arrived with on your mat today. Maybe notice if there's any area of your body that we're holding tension in. Maybe notice any area of your body that feels good today. And maybe check in with your mental body as well. Maybe noticing where your mind is at this morning. Do you feel centered? Or do you have thoughts racing? Does your mind feel tired? Does your mind feel awake? Observe without judgment. Now maybe observe the quality of your breath this morning. Are your inhales long? Are your exhales short? Do you feel any pauses in between your breath? No need to change, just observe. Now beginning to change our breath. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Twice more on your own. Deep inhale in. Filling your lungs with air. Exhaling completely through your mouth. Last time on your own. And then I'd like you to take your awareness to your breath and to the space underneath your collarbones. And see if you can feel your breath in the space. See if you can feel the rise and the fall of your chest as you inhale and exhale in through your nose and out through your nose. And just trying to smooth out your breath, maybe allowing your exhalation to be slightly longer than your inhale. Using your breath to help you find your center. Using your breath to help you calm the chatters of your mind. Make a resolution to yourself for your practice, mentally saying, I am here on my mat practicing yoga. My mind will focus on my practice. My breath will help move me in my practice. If I find my mind wandering, I will come back to my breath. On your next inhalation, stretch your arms out into a T, letting your palms face up towards the ceiling. Begin to bend your knees, if they're not already there, placing the soles of your feet down onto your mat. Allow your kneecaps to come together and separate your feet out wide. If your feet are separated too far out wide, you may feel a pulling in your low back. If you feel that pulling sensation, bring your feet a little bit closer together. Keeping your attention on your breath and in this space underneath your collarbone, we'll begin to cultivate some movement here, allowing our knees just to gently sway from side to side, keeping the soles of our feet onto our mat. Allowing gentle rocking, small movements. Noticing our low back on our mat. And then beginning to maybe take a little bit of large movement. Maybe the feet are slightly lifting up off of your mat. Getting to tune in to maybe your hips a little bit now, as well as your back. And then allowing a little bit larger movement. Maybe you're beginning to kind of rotate to the knife edge of your feet. Beginning to notice your low side body. Now beginning to take a little bit larger movement here. Maybe your feet are lifting up off the mat as you rotate to the knife edge of your feet. Maybe the knees are coming out a little bit lower down towards the floor, towards the mat. And now maybe you're moving the back of your skull from side to side. Maybe the knees are lowering a little bit more, closer to the floor, not yet touching the floor yet. Notice your side body now as you move. Maybe notice your neck and your shoulders as you move your head from side to side. And then when you're able, allow your knees just to gently fall over to the right, moving into an open twist. Gaze is up to center for now. Notice your back body, maybe your hip space and your side body. If it's comfortable for your neck, allow your gaze to move over your left shoulder. Beginning to change the sensation of your posture. Take a deep inhale in and feel your rib cage expand on your inhale, and a long exhale out. Then continue to breathe into the side body, feeling your rib cage expand and contract with each breath. And if it's comfortable for you, maybe allowing your arms to move into a high V up overhead. Noticing the stretch in your side body changes as your arm position moves. Find stillness and breathe. No looking to chase sensation, but just observing your body in your asana, in your pose. If you'd like to add to this posture, you can take your right ankle and place it over your left knee. If this is too much, just release your right foot back onto your mat. Continue your breath. And remember that the practice of yoga asks us to pay attention. To pay attention to the experience of the shape that we're creating. Feeling your body in this shape. Feeling how the change or the sensation of your breath changes the sensation of your posture. Seeing if each exhale can help you soften a little bit more. Couple more breaths here. On your next exhalation, release your right ankle from your knee. Inhaling, gently lifting your gaze back up to center, letting your knees move back to center, letting your kneecaps touch in. Releasing your arms down by your side, extending your legs out long in front of you. Noticing the release of your posture, noticing the shesha, the residue of your pose. Take a deep inhale in and a long exhale out. Allow both knees to bend and your soles of your feet to come onto your mat. Allow your kneecaps to come in, separate your feet. Allow your arms to move out into a T. And on your next exhalation, allow your knees to move over towards your left. Gaze is up to center. Just stay here, avoiding adding any variations yet. Checking in here with your low back and your side body. Maybe even your hip space. Take a deep inhale in and a long exhale out. If you'd like to change the position of your arms, let your arms move up overhead. Up into a high V. If it's comfortable for your back body, allow your gaze to move over your right shoulder. And just breathe here for a moment. Feel your breath in the space underneath your collarbones and the space in your side body. Witnessing the movement of your breath in your body. Not looking to chase sensation, but just to observe the sensation of your asana that arises from your breath. Cultivating stillness. Keeping your attention inward. Breathing. If you'd like to add to your posture, allow your left ankle to come over your right knee. This side may feel different than the other, so if you do not wish to take this variation, you do not have to. Maybe with each exhalation, you focus on softening. Avoid looking for chase of sensation and just be. Be in your body and in your breath. Take a deep inhale in through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Allow your head to move back to center. Allow your arms to move down by your side. Release your ankle from your knee and gently lift your knees back up to center. And extend your legs in front of you. Notice the residue, the fascia, the release of the posture. Take a deep inhale in and a long exhale through your mouth. Allow both knees to bend and the soles of your feet to come onto your mat. I'd like you to reach for your strap here. Undo your strap or your dog leash or your towel. Bend your knees, soles of the feet are on the mat if you're not already there. Bring your right knee into your chest. You're gonna place your strap right on the balls of your right foot. So make sure that your strap is not in the center of your foot. Try to bring it right underneath your toes, not on the toes, but underneath. And then extend your leg up into the air. Take both pieces of your both pieces of your strap in one hand. I find it easier to walk my hand up the strap. Your right leg does not need to be straight. It can be micro bent, or if you want to let your leg be straight, you can. Allow your left arm to reach out next to you. And if it's comfortable for you here, extend your left leg in front of you. Starting here with your right foot over your right hip, knee bent or knee long. Stay here with your breath. See if you can allow your right shoulder just to kind of release down onto your mat. Stay here with your breath. Slowly throughout the duration of the posture, you can begin to bring your leg closer toward your body. We want to slowly work our way there and not just directly move our leg closer in towards our body. Slowly work your way there. No rush. Be where you are. No need to think about what's happening next. Just be. As your leg is lifted, as the sole of your right foot is in the air, allow your right hip just to soften with each exhale. Observing where you're holding tension in your body here in this shape, and seeing where you can soften. Couple more breaths here. On your next exhale, take your left hand and reach for the both pieces of your strap, allowing your right arm to stretch out next to you. If you'd like to, you can lower your hand down your strap if your hand is really close to your foot. Now, we're not working in a complete spinal twist. Try to focus on grounding down through the right side of your back body. We're working with stretching out the outside of our right hip. So, internally rotate, bringing your right leg across the midline of the body, just a smidge. And now, taking your right leg a little bit up and over towards your left shoulder. And breathing here. We won't be here for too long. Just focus on your breath. Again, drawing your leg gently over the cross of the midline of your body. Maybe drawing your right leg closer towards your body or closer toward your left shoulder. Breathe here. No need to chase sensation. Three more breaths here. Inhaling, bringing your leg back to center. Bend your right knee. Release your strap. Extend your right leg in front of you. If you need to lift and reset your glutes, please do so. Arms down by your side. And notice, observe the difference between the two sides of your body. Take a deep inhale in and a long exhale out. Bring your left knee up and into your chest. Same thing, take your strap here, bring it to the bottom of your foot, extend your leg up into the air. Take both pieces of strap here in your left hand, breathe. Stay here with your breath. Now take both pieces of strap into your right hand. And then gently allow your left arm to move out next to you, slowly bringing your leg over to the right, across the midline of your body. Stay here with your breath. No need to think about where you're going, just breathe. Grounding down through your left hip. So from hands and knees, bring your two big toes together, separate your knees, extend your sitting bones towards your heels, reach your arms out in front of you for a wide-legged child's pose. Take a deep inhale in, exhale out. Feel your breath in your side body. Feel your breath in your back body. With each exhale, see if you can soften just a little bit. Three cleansing breaths here. Deep inhale in. Exhale out. On your next inhale, come forward to hands and knees. And then transition here to a seated position. So come to seated and extend both of your legs out long in front of you. Allow your hands to come down by your side. Flex your feet in front of you. We're moving in a Dandasana in a staff pose here. Your knees can be bent if you need to add a slight bend in your knees for your hamstrings. Inhale, allow both arms to reach up overhead. Let your ribs move away from your hips so you're reaching towards the ceiling. And exhale, hinge forward. Your hands can release down to maybe your shins, your ankles, or your feet. Try to keep your spine long here. No need to chase, just to be. And I know you might have your strap next to you, but I'd like you to avoid using it if possible. Maybe with each exhalation, you decide to lower down a little bit more, or maybe you do less here, or maybe you stay the same. Breathe. Observe your breath in your back body. Maybe even in your side body. But with each exhale, see if you can soften just a little bit more. A couple more breaths here. If you need to come out at any time, you may. Inhale, walk your hands up towards your body. Shift over to one side, so allow your left hand or your right hand to come down out next to you, and then bend your knees. We're gonna come to a hero's pose. So you're gonna come onto your knees, sit back onto your heels. If this isn't comfortable for you, you can also do this in a seated position. You can also take a book or a block in between your ankles if that's a little bit better. We're gonna work with our shoulders. I'd like you to take your strap, if you're able, and extend it in front of you with your arms out past shoulder width distance. I'll let you take a moment to do this. Once you find this position, extend your arms up overhead. So arms are up overhead with your strap. And then we'll do some shoulder flossing. You can also add some side bending and some gentle back bending here. So you're just gonna allow your strap to move in whichever way you choose, whether that's to the side, whether that's back behind you, but just getting your wiggles out. Be creative here. Move in a way that feels nice for you. If you add a side bend, for example, if you take a side bend over towards the right, you can send your chest over towards the left, taking a gentle back bend here. Same thing on the other side if you choose to add that. You can even bring the strap in front of you. Being gentle with your shoulders. And then once you feel like you got your wiggles out, you can take your strap, release it, and place it aside. Hands will come onto your thighs, shoulders will draw back. Bring your arms out into a T. We're gonna work with eagle arms here. So allow your right arm to come in front of you. Now turn your right arm and palm to face the ceiling. Eye of the elbow up. Now take your left arm, cross it over your right. So your left arm is over your right arm. Elbows are stacked for the most part. Then you can take your left arm and, you can take your left arm, reach it more in front of you and bend your elbows. Moving into a Garandasana, into an eagle position here. You can also let the back of the hands touch if the palms are unable, or you can bring your hands to prayer arms. Keep your elbows lifted and then your hands or your forearms slightly forward. Hug your abdominals towards your spine. Feel your breath in the space between your shoulder blades. You can allow your eyes to close or your gaze to soften. About 3 more breaths here. Release your arms. We're going to move into Shiva arms or wiggle arms. And then allow your hands to come back onto your thighs. Deep inhale in. Long exhale out. Same thing. Stretch your arms out into a T. This time, left arm will come out in front of you, palm facing up. Take your right hand, bring it over your left. Just like so, and then you can take your right arm and kind of move it, reach over towards the left with your right fingertips, and then bend your elbows, moving into eagle arms. This side might be different than the other, so if your hands are back in your palms, or the back of your hands are back to back, great. Or if your hands are in prayer this time, great. If your arms are the same, great. Breathe. Keep your lower abdominals slightly engaged. Try to keep a lift in the elbows and allow your forearms to slightly come forward. Maybe observing the difference between the two sides or similarities between the two sides of your body. And just connecting with your breath in the space between your shoulder blades. Maybe allowing your eyes to close here, your gaze to soften. Breathe. 3 more breaths here. And on your next exhalation, release your arms and move into wiggle arms or Shiva arms. And then we'll take our hands onto our thighs and slowly just rotating our shoulders in one direction. And then rotating shoulders in the opposite direction. And then finding stillness here. Gently lean over to one side. Make your way to seated. We're going to work here in a Dandasana. So extend your legs in front of you. Good. Now allow your right knee just to move up and into your chest. Now cross your right leg over your left leg. Sit up tall. Allow your torso to move towards your leg, drawing your knee into your chest and your chest into your knee. You can choose to flex your foot in front of you or keep your foot relaxed. I like to flex. You can stay here, or you can allow your right arm to gently move right behind your right hip. And then you can twist your torso towards your right. And then you can even take your right hand and move it back behind you. Make sure that your right hand isn't far out, it's close toward your back body. And we're taking a gentle twist over to our right. Maybe your gaze moves over your right shoulder. Breathe, allowing your inhale to help you create more length here in your spine. Maybe allowing your exhale to help you twist a little bit more, or maybe do less or stay the same. Couple more breaths here. On your next inhale, slowly bring your torso back to center. Gently lift up your right knee, extend your leg in front of you. Good. Bring your left knee this time up and into your chest. Hug your left knee in, sit up tall. Take your left foot, cross it over your right foot. You can choose to flex or relax your foot in front of you. I like to flex. Now, taking your left hand next to your left sitting bone, or slightly behind your left sitting bone. Exhale, twist over towards your left. You can also, if you want to do more here, you can take your left hand and bring it back behind your sacrum as you twist towards your left, making sure that your hand is for the most part pretty close to your body and not too far out to help you keep length in your spine. With each inhale, you grow a little bit taller. With each exhale, maybe you stay the same or twist more or do less. 3, feeling your breath in the space below your collarbones. Inhaling when you're ready, slowly coming back to center, gently lifting up your knee, extending your leg in front of you. Make your way onto your back. In your supine position, you can extend your legs or keep your knees bent. Taking this moment just to observe the fascia, the residue of your postures, your seated postures. Maybe taking a cleansing breath or two. And then witnessing your natural flow of breath in your body. And in your own time, find a comfortable position for your Shavasana. You can lie on your back, on your side, or on your belly. Let your position be comfortable and a pose where you can cultivate complete stillness. Feel free to use props or adjust the lighting. But find what works for you here. And remember, Shavasana is the time where we're able to absorb the benefits of our yoga practice. You can allow your eyes to close or your gaze to be soft. Choosing to release control of your breath, or choosing just to allow your breath to continue to move in the space below your collarbones. And knowing that our mind in Shavasana does wander. It does leave our body sometimes in our mat. But we're trying to keep our focus in our body and with our breath. So if your mind wanders, coming back to your body and coming back to your breath. Surrender to your breath. Use your breath to help you in your Shavasana. Noticing the weight of your body on your mat. Take a deep inhale in and exhale out. Slowly begin to cultivate some movement in your fingers and your toes. Gently awakening your physical body. You can rotate maybe your wrists, your ankles, or even begin to stretch out. And in your time, just slowly transitioning here to one side. No rush in getting anywhere. Maybe using your inner bicep or prop as a pillow. And then transitioning to a seated position. Take your time. And from your seat, allowing your hands to move to heart center to Anjali Mudra. Inhale, lift both of your arms up and around and overhead. Exhaling down to your heart. And taking this moment to observe your body and any changes or any shifts that have occurred from before you started your practice and now. Physical or mental changes. Inhale, lift both arms up overhead one last time. And then exhale, arms down to your heart. And thank you for allowing me to guide you through your practice today. Om Shanti, Namaste. Thank you.